Hello and welcome to another episode here on Lone Oak Farm. First job that we're going to do today is finish off the cultivating that the worker didn't do a great job on. And then we're going to move it over to the next field, and I might do it myself and time lapse it. First of all, let's get this field finished off and have a play with this thing again. Let's get all these patches that he missed the first time. Or she. I keep on referring to that worker as he. It was a she. Right. Then what we're going to do after we've done this is we're going to look at selling some of the kit that we don't need, because it's pointless keeping stuff that's just not going to be used. And then we'll have a look at what new equipment we will need. We will be leasing stuff out on this series, simply because the money that we'll have coming in won't stretch far enough to more land and more machinery. It's just going to take too long. So what we'll do is we'll just lease what we need to. We'll buy some stuff, but not a lot. Things like harvesters, we might do different things like beet, potatoes, and then just your standard crops. So we'd need 3 different harvesters for that. So we might just rent the harvesters out. Might buy a combine harvester, but the other 2 will be leased. Then we've got all the plants and equipment that we'll need. It's going to cost a lot of money. So what we'll do is we'll get the old stuff sold, then we can have a look at what we need. Might look into doing some forestry once we've planted all the fields. There's no point in getting any animals at the minute because we have nothing to feed them. I can buy bales for the cows and the sheep, but it costs too much. You might as well just wait until the crops are grown, harvest it, get the straw off the ground. Same with the grass, get the hay off the ground. It's a much cheaper way of doing it. We can sell whatever excess we've got and then put that to equipment and fields instead of spending money out when we don't need to. I finally sorted out my squeaky pedals. Gave those a bit of oil, they don't squeak anymore. My steering wheel's quite noisy though, it's quite rattly. I think something needs tightening up in there, but that I can live with that. The pedals and the squeaky seat, my seat was ever so squeaky as well. But that's now sorted as well, so it's one thing we don't have to worry about. And this microphone picks up on everything. It's not a very good microphone. It's alright. I need to upgrade it really. But it does pick up on stuff. So the squeaking it was picking up on, and it was annoying. But now I've got a problem with one of my fans in my computer now has a squeak as well. So whether it's picking up on that, I don't know. So I need to get that replaced. Let's go around here with this one. I think we'll put the time put the time on ×5, because if we kept it on standard time we would be on the map for quite a while. I do want to be on the map for a while, but at the same time I also want to get a lot done. So we'll just speed up the time a little bit. If it gets too much, if we're running out of time, I can always put it back to 1. If we've got nothing to do and we need to speed the time back up, we can just speed it back up again. But I think for now ×5 should be fine. I want to use my GPS, but the problem is I've not actually changed the shortcut keys. I don't know if you watched the time lapse or not, but there was one of the time lapses, I can't remember exactly which one, but there was one where I was using GPS, I pressed the wrong key and it stopped the recording, and I didn't know, it didn't warn me that it stopped the recording. Came to probably about 5-10 minutes later, I brought the recording times up to see how long I've been recording for, and it said I wasn't recording at all, which was a bit of a shock. So I didn't go back and replace the footage, I just put it into the storyline. I think Dean forgot to press play on the camera or something like that. If you watch the time lapses, you'll know what I'm going on about. So I can't use GPS at the minute until I've changed those around. I'll change the recording software's shortcut keys. But no, my luck, I'll forget what those are once I've changed them. I struggle to remember what they are now. Well, this field didn't take very long. I've just got this bit to do here, and we'll have to go back across and get the bit that I just missed, and that'll be this field done. I'll be ready for planting them, or drilling, whichever one you put it as. I still missed a bit. Yeah, I have to go back and get it. That'll bug me, especially if we don't get a direct drill. Which, thinking about it, we've just added another job. If we do get a direct drill, we didn't need to cultivate, but it's a bit more thorough doing it this way. I do, even if I've got direct drill, I do prefer to cultivate first. Hope all of my UK viewers are enjoying this weather that we're getting. It's unbearably warm, and I'm really hot at the minute because I live next to a road that seems quite busy. I actually live out in the countryside, but because it's a village that's in the countryside, this is the main road going through it. So I've had to close all the windows, doors throughout the house have had to be closed, and there's no fans in here, nothing. I just feel like I'm in a box it's just really, really hot. There's no way of cooling it down. So I'm quite uncomfortable at the minute. do a go around this field and see how big it is. I'll either time lapse it or leave it to a worker, one or the other. I'll decide when I've done the first go round. It does look quite big, so hopefully we'll get a good yield off this. That's the plan. Big yield, fertilise it as much as it needs, get the most out of it that we can. I've turned ploughing off. Ploughing has been off since the start, just because it takes too long. We've got ploughing on Sussex Farm. Ploughing something this size does take a while, and it's time that I just haven't got to put into it. We'd have to have workers going all the time, then you've got to wait for them to finish before you can plant anything. It's just a long-winded job. Smaller fields, that's fine, but this field would take ages. I think what I'll do is I'll leave it to a worker. It's straight enough, a worker can just crack on with it, because otherwise I'm going to be here for a while doing a time lapse, and I'm actually on a time limit, so I'll probably just leave it up to a worker. Then we can crack on getting through the machinery that we do and don't want. Okay, so we've got a worker setting off on that. Let's go and find our way back to the yard and go through the tractors. Right, we're back at the farm. What do we need? I think we'll keep the lorry. That'll be good for carting. I don't think we'll need this one, because we'll have a telehandler, so we won't be using the front loader. So I think that one can probably go along with the front loader. I think that's it for this shed. And we've got these two combines here. They're just going to be useless on the fields of the size that we've got, so those two might as well go. We've got a bigger cultivator now, that one's not needed. We've got another fertiliser spreader, because I didn't think to look if we'd got one already. That, I really wouldn't like to try and plant the fields with that. It would take forever. What have we got over here? Right, sprayer. I'd much rather get a self-propelled sprayer. Got Terra and the windrower. We'll get the bigger windrower, I think. So most of it can go. I think the last of the equipment's over in, yeah, I think it's over in this shed here. We'll take a look at what's in there. There we go. We've got a chaser bin. We've got that rake that we used on the first episode. We've got the trailer for the lorry, that can stay. Yeah, we've got a mower, that can go, because we'll get butterfly mowers, they're a lot quicker, or we'll get the big M. I think probably butterfly mowers, get something with reverse drive control. I don't know if that fence got it or not, but we'll find out when we get in it next. In fact, we might as well. Wrong one. There we go. Right, let's have a look in the garage. No, it doesn't have reverse drive, by the looks of it. So what I'll do is I'll just sell the equipment from here. The store's so far away that it'd take a long time to get rid of it all. So we'll just keep the two of these for the time being. Get rid of that. Get rid of all these bits. The lorry's staying, these two are going. The headers for them might as well go. That one's going. Oh, we've got a plough, again tiny plough, just made for the case, but might as well go. That one can go. Which one's... that one's a new one. Sprayer, we'll just get a self-propelled sprayer. Both mowers can go. Yeah, that might as well go. That can go. We'll keep the round baler. We might need that for the animals. We'll keep that for the time being. The chaser bin, how much can that hold? 28,000. We'll keep it. We'll get rid of this. That was way too small. I think that's it. We're left with nearly 1.2 million there. So we need to get another tractor with reverse drive. So we've got the options of a Valtra, and I think it's the larger Fendt. Yeah, that's got reverse drive, and that one's got reverse drive. I think we'll go for another Fendt. We'll stick a bigger engine in it, put wide tyres on it. We'll buy that one. Then we'll pick up some mowers to go with it. Where are... there we go. We'll get some of these that they swath it at the same time, if I remember rightly. So we'll buy a set of those. I think that'll be it for the mowers. I don't think we'll need any more. And we'll look for a drill. We don't want anything small. Big, I think, is definitely the way to stay on here. Sort of like these two kind of thing. What else have we got? What's that one? That's 15. That one's 12. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll go for one of those. We'll actually buy that one, and that one we'll lease, because otherwise we're going to be spending all of our money very fast. Harvesters. Let's see what we can get on here. I do like the CR1090. I have changed it in the XML files. I used it for the Oakfield Farm time lapse, and because of the carting to and from, it used to fill up really quickly, so I've changed it saying it could hold 35,000 litres. That might work in our favour on this map, so I'll lease one of those out. It will work in our favour. Then we'll get the header. I think it's a 45 foot that that's the one. Yep, so we've got the Verifeed and the Superflex. We'll go for the Superflex, just because it's a bit bigger. Then we want... I don't know what that mod is. I know it's the header, but I don't know if there's anything different to the standard in-game one. What's that? 12 meters. 12 meters. We'll go for that one. We'll go for it in yellow. Lease that one out. Right, we're going to get those from the shop. I think the drill that we bought from the Horsch DLC, it's the Horsch mod that came out from Giants. I think that is a direct drill. I think. No, wrong one again. It is direct drill. No, we didn't get the corn planting one. We'll have to get that one. But that one is a direct drill. But we've started cultivating now. We'll just carry on cultivating. This one's not going to go on easy. There we go. I think this is going to be too wide for the road as well. it is. But it doesn't matter. We won't be spending much time on the road with it. Most of the fields that we'll own will be surrounding the farm. The only time it needs to go on the road really is when it's coming here, or coming from here back to the farm. Let's get this hooked up. There we go. Get the beacons on, and off we go. Yeah, it does take up the whole road. Just have a look from outside. Yeah, you don't get any traffic coming past, although there is a car coming towards us. We'll move over and hope for the best. Yeah, we've got another one coming now, and I've hit a tree. There we go. I hope there's no more traffic. If it becomes too much of a problem, I'll just turn it off until I get to the off-road bit. There we go, we made it back to the farm without crashing into anything. I hope I don't crash into anything now. But we didn't crash into anything on the road. It's just finding a place to park it now. I think it'll have to stay outside, or at least the header will have to stay outside. Both of them will. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll put the headers up against the silage pit. There we go, that'll do for that one. There we go. We'll flick this one around and we'll put this one behind it. Like that. I think we've got an empty space. Is it next to this one? It is. We'll put this in here for the time being. There we go. Beacons off. And engine off. Right, we'll go back to the shop and get the other ones. I made a mistake. I did get the corn planting seed drill. It's because I had it on lease that it didn't come up in the menu with all the rest of the vehicles, so that's my bad. I did get one, it's just rented. We'll get this one back to the farm. We'll fill this one straight up when we get back to the farm. We'll come back for the other one, fill that one up, and then they're ready to go for the next episode. The cultivating that field will be done by the time the next episode is recorded, so we can just jump straight onto drilling, getting the crops in the ground and getting them growing. I must say this Fendt feels like a 300 series next to the 1050 that we've got. It feels tiny and underpowered as well. At least I don't have to go searching for fertiliser this time. I know where it is. As long as I'm not remembering the wrong place, then we should be fine. It took me about 10 minutes to find that in the first episode. I think it's about here. And there we go. Got it right this time. I've just got to find a place for this, because we'll be using it in the next episode. I've managed to crash, destroying the new equipment already. Okay, we're free. And what we'll do is we'll just spin it around and park it outside. I don't know what we're going to be planting yet, so I don't know which one of the drills I need. I'll probably need both. Probably plant something different in both fields. I'll go back to the shop and get the other one. I think if I remember rightly, this one takes a hell of a lot of fertilizer. Not much seed, but I think it's 2,000 litres of seed and 7,000 of fertilizer, which I don't understand. You're constantly running out of seed and never fertilizer. I got the 2,000 right on the seed. I think it's going to cost a fortune to fill up in fertilizer, if I'm right. Just go round to the bay and see what it does. Not far enough. There we go. Yeah, this is going to take a while to fill up. Okay, we'll just put this one behind the other one, I think, or somewhere near it. Yeah, we'll just drop it in behind. In fact, we'll leave the tractor here. While I was collecting the second drill from the shop, I tried to connect those mowers together, and I don't know if they'll connect with the swathers on. So if anybody knows if I'm just being dumb, let me know if they do connect, or if I'm just wasting my time, and I'll get the normal ones and just buy a windrower. Well, the worker's doing quite well, he's not got much left. And then this will be the last field to be done. 45 and 49. Yes, this is the last field to be done. We really need to get more land though, so I don't think we're going to make much money off these two fields. We've got the grass fields as well, but if we're having animals, then we'll need at least one of those fields worth of grass to make the bales with. And we're going to have to plant wheat or corn. I'm not too sure if you can get oats on this one. Can you get oats? Doesn't look like it, unless I'm missing it. But I don't think you can get oats on this one. No, you can't. So we're going to have to plant wheat or barley to be able to get the straw as well. So we'll probably do one wheat and then the other one corn or something. We might even do sugar beet, but then there's not much money in sugar beet, so I'm not too sure. Although we get a very large quantity off one of these fields, the time it takes to harvest the beet and the amount that you get for it might not be worth it. We'll see. If you have any suggestions of what should be planted, again put it in the comments. So at the minute I'm not 100% sure. We definitely need something that produces straw, and then the second crop can be, well, anything really. Right, I'm going to sit with the worker while he finishes this off. This is going to be the end of the episode, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.